Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar and adab. And I hope that you are as passionate about Teach for Change and have not just come here for the fashion show. Because my big passion is Teach for Change. And I can start by telling you every story that I relate has a very personal story to it. Everything that I've done in my life has been done with a personal motivation. And I would like to tell you that at the age of 12, now I'm going back into history, that I can better tell you that was many decades ago. My father was in the Air Force, and we lived in a camp called Chakeri in Kanpur. I don't know how many of you have heard of Kanpur, or I've heard of Chakeri, the Air Force camp there, which was carved out of 22 villages. And so as a child, every summer holiday, I didn't get time during the year, but certainly in the summer holidays, when all Air Force officers with good discipline have got to go to sleep in the afternoon and have their siesta, as did my parents, I would escape and go into the villages. And the villages were barely 300 yards away or 500 yards away. And I would teach the women there. It wasn't teaching them cleanliness, because in those days there was no plastic and there was no dirt in the villages. They were spick and span, they were beautiful. If anything, we could learn many things from them. But I used to go there and try and teach the children particularly to be literate. I didn't achieve very much because the holidays were for barely 6 weeks, but at least the passion started there. And since then, I have been involved in Teach for Change. It's one of the big things that I do. I'll tell you another story now. Come back to 2011. I have a domestic help in Mumbai who's been with me for 20 years, who lives in a village in Bihar. It takes him 3 days by train and bullock cart from Patna to get to his village. In his village, there's no electricity and there's no water. And he is the kind of guy that in a home like mine, I have Shabana Azmi or Javed Akhtar saying, yakhni banao, aloo gosht banao, and this man will make it. And yet, this man didn't know how to read or write. And for very selfish reasons, I taught him to write 1 to 9 or 0 to 9 so that he could take down telephone numbers. And remember that this was before the era of the answering machine and SMSs and things. So he learned how to take down telephone numbers from whoever called me, and that helped a great deal.